A Delaware government file that seemed to indicate BlackRock XRP Trust was registered as an official entity was the first post. In a matter of hours, it was erased and disappeared without a trace. However, the internet was quicker. Social media was inundated with screenshots, which sent the cryptocurrency world into a panic. Everyone is wondering if BlackRock, the biggest asset manager in the world, simply disclosed its top secret XRP strategy before quickly burying it. Was this just a mistake in filing, or was it a sneak peek of a scheme they didn't want you to see? You must recognize BlackRock in order to appreciate the magnitude of this. BlackRock, which manages more than $10 trillion in assets, is the lifeblood of international finance and not simply another investing company. Markets move in tandem with them. Their ETFs have been the most effective accelerators for institutional adoption, particularly in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Therefore, the financial world was rocked when a government filing temporarily revealed iShares XRP Trust, which is BlackRock's ETF brand. With Delaware's state seal and the same format as earlier applications for Ethereum and Bitcoin trusts, the paper appeared genuine. One of the first people to recognize it was Bloomberg's senior ETF specialist and cryptocurrency analyst Eric Balchunas. He commented that it appeared authentic when he uploaded the screenshot to X, formerly Twitter. After a few hours, he removed his post, saying it was most likely a hoax. That abrupt reversal only increased mistrust. Why would a prominent Bloomberg analyst who was known for checking ETF filings before making comments abruptly take back what he had said? Many people think he was under pressure, either from insiders or legal teams who knew this leak could reveal a far bigger objective. The problem is that XRP is more than simply another cryptocurrency. It is the foundation of Ripple's real-time settlement system, which is the infrastructure that financial institutions and central banks are covertly incorporating behind closed doors. BlackRock is placing a wager on the institutional adoption of XRP becoming commonplace, potentially leading to worldwide standardization by even considering the creation of an XRP trust. However, it appears that someone does not want that story to be made public just yet, as seen by the deletion of the filing. Let's make the connection. Months of silent stockpiling have always accompanied BlackRock's moves toward cryptocurrency exchange-traded funds (ETFs). On-chain experts noticed significant wallet activity from institutional sources prior to the Bitcoin ETF's filing. Therefore, there was a discernible increase in exchange inflows across custody providers prior to the Ethereum ETF application. Here's the thing, XRP whales have been growing their holdings for weeks, with many of them connected to well-known institutional wallets. Could that have been a coincidence, or is it preparation? Major players with close relationships to BlackRock, like as JP Morgan, Vanguard, and Fidelity, have demonstrated increased involvement in relation to XRP liquidity corridors and Ripple-related products. According to sources, the chronology of this enigmatic file exactly coincides with Ripple's collaborations with more than 100 financial institutions, including a number of banks exploring digital settlement, utilizing the XRP ledger. It seems as though the largest financial institutions in the world are laying the groundwork for something enormous, the institutionalization of XRP as a regulated investment vehicle. But what's the point of hiding it? A premature announcement might seriously upset the cryptocurrency and conventional markets if BlackRock is in fact developing an XRP ETF. To be honest, the present price of XRP, which is still far below its peak, offers the ideal starting position for extensive accumulation. Retail investors would be drawn in by public confirmation, which would cause prices to rise before institutions could complete their strategy. Therefore, the disappearing filing might not be an error, rather it might be a deliberate policy of silence. They are merely postponing exposure rather than rejecting interest. Let's take a moment to consider the true meaning of an XRP ETF. In contrast to Bitcoin or Ethereum, XRP's usefulness lies in its liquidity, rather than only its store of value or smart contracts. Institutions that have hitherto avoided unregulated assets, such as pension funds, hedge funds, and sovereign wealth funds, would immediately pour trillions of dollars into XRP if they were able to invest directly in it through a BlackRock ETF. To be honest, the liquidity effect would be unprecedented. If XRP starts supporting international settlement networks, its market capitalization might increase dramatically overnight, with analysts projecting a possible price of over $10,000 per token. That's just basic supply-demand math at the institutional level, so it's not hype. Now consider the following pattern. Each significant crypto action starts with a denial, followed by a leak and then confirmation. After years of denying rumors of a Bitcoin ETF, BlackRock eventually filed one. Ethereum experienced the same thing, and now we may be witnessing the first traces of XRP following in its footsteps. Actually, the secrecy is what's different this time. No formal statement, no correction, no explanation at all, just elimination and silence. And in the world of high finance, honestly, silence speaks loudest. Thus, BlackRock's XRP trust might have been a test filing, perhaps a regulatory probe to gauge response prior to a wide launch. An insider who was merely testing approval processes might have filed it, or it might have been filed under a non-disclosure agreement that was violated a little too soon. In any case, this is quite obvious proof of intent. BlackRock's actions are planned, well-timed, and entirely data-driven. They don't just happen to register crypto trusts. If this ETF is indeed active behind the scenes, it's not just good news, it's proof that the global financial elite is getting ready for an economy driven by XRP and tokenized. When BlackRock intervenes, the focus is always on infrastructure rather than speculation. If XRP is included in the plan, it indicates that they regard it as a key component of the liquidity layer for, to be honest, a completely new financial global order. They are not in the business of buying into hype, rather they are creating the systems that will define the next century of finance. The question is not whether BlackRock is involved with XRP, but rather how deep that involvement is and when the truth will come to light. As you can imagine, every market undergoes a shift, with hidden accumulation, silent filings, and denial. This is evident as we piece together the Delaware filing, Balchunas' retraction, the whale accumulation, and the eerie silence. XRP will be at the core of the moment, when the old banking system and blockchain formally integrate, so it won't just be cryptocurrency investors cheering when the mask finally comes off. What do Vanguard, JP Morgan and BlackRock know that you don't? Therefore, if they are all subtly positioning themselves, since Wall Street is already aware of XRP, the true question is not if they are concealing it, but rather why. Disclaimer. Please keep in mind that I do not hold a financial advisor license. These videos' content is solely intended for viewing enjoyment. Before making any financial decisions, I always advise viewers to do their own research and speak with experts. Many thanks for listening. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. To be the first to know, be sure to enable the notifications as well. I can't wait to see you in the next video when I provide new material. Be careful.